Hello everybody, my name is Kadar. Welcome to another music collection video. Uh, let's go ahead and start with the obvious. I have a bit of a patch jacket going on here. Yeah, I don't know. I just decided to get one of these and just kind of develop a patch collection because I thought it'd be fun and it'd be a neat way to show off some of the bands and musicians that I like. Um, so yeah, I got this. I got like a few patches. Um, so I'll just go over this real quick. So Mercure and Wolves in the Throne Room. That doesn't actually say Wolves in the Throne Room, I don't think, but it's just like a logo. I got these two at the live show that I saw both of them at. And then Cold Cave I got for like Christmas, I think. And then Emperor I got at just like a local kind of punk themed record store nearby. And so yeah, obviously I'll keep getting more of these and develop more of a collection over time. And I'll just add to it. But for now, this is what I got. So yeah, there we go. Let's jump into the music. So once again, this will all be in chronological order from the time I got them to now. So starting off here, when I was away, I don't even know what I was doing, but I was somewhere else and I found a record store and I found this and I decided to get it because it's probably like my second favorite Swans album besides Soundtracks for the Blind, but that's not even on vinyl. So this is The Seer from Swans, and yeah, it's a pretty crazy album. It's a triple LP. So you have like the dog head here and butthole in the back, because why not? Yeah, so you basically open it up, and there's a few dog fur dealios going on here. Picture of the band, and here you just get a bunch of lyrics and liner notes and whatnot, and then in each of these like three things, there's a record. Oh my god, this is like a 2 hour long album. Requires a lot of patience to get through, but once you do get through it, it's very satisfying. And Swans are they're such a unique band. I feel like everyone should listen to Swans at some point in their life. Got these nice sleeves going on here, just plain black vinyl and all that, but yeah, very, very cool album. Very dark and abstract and yeah, like it's experimental rock, but in a way that no one else really does it. It's kind of a chore to get through, just because like there's a lot of really long repetitive sections. But again, they're just so unique and interesting, and I don't know, you just feel like you've become a better person somehow after listening to their albums and just getting through the whole thing. So, Swans, The Seer, real cool. Then I picked up one of my absolute favorite albums of all time, Prurient's Frozen Niagara Falls. This thing is huge. This is also a triple LP, but it's like a lot thicker than the other one for some reason. Very, very large. So you got, it's kind of a glossy, I think it's like a leather purse or something as the cover. Very iconic. And then of course you got shirtless Dominic Furnow on the back. Oh yeah. And you kind of open it up, and you got a bit of a gatefold. So here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a bit of like a shiny Prurient logo sort of thing going on there. And then you get this cool field of wheat or something, and you get all the lyrics. And I didn't know actually when I got this record that there'd be all these extra little quotes and stuff along here. I can't really like show it in the frame because this is too unwieldy, but there's all these little quotes here next to the lyrics that seem very random and unrelated. It's very strange. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain what these are about, but there's a lot of strange little pieces of text alongside here that just add to the overall mystery and atmosphere of this record, I think. And I got the white vinyl version, which I really wanted because I always just think of the color white when I listen to this, just probably because the cover's mostly black, honestly, but you know, it's just kind of, there's a lot of white going on, so I just think of white when I listen to it. So I always want to get the color that I think of when I listen to the record, if that exists. So yeah, really cool. It's got these sort of, you know, theater mask faces. And I also didn't expect this. There's more little sort of lines of poetry on each side. So, like, on this side it says, "Clouds breaking up, and lo, true skies the voice of a cicada." Yeah, I don't know. Weird out of context poetry on each side, which is really cool. I love all the little bits of writing and text that go into Prairie albums. They make no sense, but they're so cool, and I just think they add so much to his work. So anyway, very very neat album. I mean, yeah, this is the album that got me into noise basically. It's the first album that incorporated like pure harsh noise elements that I just absolutely loved, and I was like, wow, noise can actually be like emotional and atmospheric, and just tell this kind of cinematic story. So yeah, and this thing really holds up. I never get tired of listening to this. There's so much variety in it. There's so many different styles and sounds going into this thing, and it's just overall his masterpiece, I think. Yeah, so much great stuff here, and absolutely one of my favorite albums ever. Please listen to this if you want to get into some more cold, experimental, harsh, very dark music. Next up is this album. Yeah, this is Neutral Milk Hotel is the band. The album is In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. This is quite a bit of a classic. Maybe an underground classic, I don't know. But yeah, this is a thing. If you haven't heard of this album, I mean, if you're like remotely a music nerd at all, I'm sure you've come across at least like the cover artwork to this at some point. I barely ever even listen to this type of music. It's like lo-fi indie folk rock kind of. It's not that lo-fi, but just a little bit. So yeah, it's just like indie rock, indie folk. But I just absolutely love this thing. I don't know why. There's just so much emotion packed into this thing, and the songwriting, lyrics, and all that are just really beautiful. I don't know. There's something about this album really resonates with me. So that's all I can really say about it. There's an insert in here I can show you. On this side, Neutral Milk Hotel. See, this album has to be listened to on vinyl because it even has like an old school like phonograph as part of the artwork. So you need to listen to this on vinyl. I actually do think it sounds better on vinyl. And like this pressing has like no like crackles or anything. It's like super clean sounding. I wouldn't even mind if it had crackles just because it's already kind of lo-fi. But like, yeah, it really really sounds good. And then the other side is track list, liner notes, sort of. And it's all in like this style of sort of like a, I don't know, maybe like a 1920s poster for like a play or something. I don't know. It looks really cool. But all this text on the bottom here is the lyrics, basically, and it's just this continuous stream of lyrics. So it's like impossible to read pretty much unless you're just following really closely along as you're listening. But yeah, pretty cool. Nice thing. I don't want to take this out, but yeah. So, anyway, Neutral Milk Hotel, In the Airplane Over the Sea. I performed covers of the songs, well, the title track, and also Two-Headed Boy at my live show thing that I did, and I uploaded some clips from that recently. I didn't get to film the entire thing, unfortunately, but yeah, I did covers of a few of these songs, and they're very good. They're always stuck in my head now, so yeah. Seriously, everyone should listen to this album. This is like, I mean, I guess I can see why you wouldn't like this album, but it's not very inaccessible, and yet it's just, I don't know, there's something so magical about it, I think. So, yeah, definitely listen to this. Alright, next I got a couple cassettes from Strange Rules, that label. I already got some before, a while back, but I saw they're having yet another sale, so I had to grab these. One of them, first one I'll show you, is just one of my favorite, it's an EP, I guess, so like one of my favorite EPs of all time, one of my favorite releases, fantastic music on there. And then the other one it's just really good. It just kind of surprised me, so I decided to pick it up. But yeah, first one, Natural Assembly: The Fantasy of Love. This was released on Hospital Productions last year. Actually, I was there when it was released, and eventually got on Spotify and I listened to it. And at first I was just like, wow, this is really good. And then I just listened to it multiple times after that, and it just grew on me every single time, each listen. And it still does. Every time I listen, it gets even better somehow. This is basically, I guess, industrial synth pop. But really the only industrial part is the vocals. It's essentially just really, like, beautiful, clean, sort of trancey synth pop, like, instrumentals with these distorted, shouty vocals over top. And that may sound kind of bad, but it works so well. I don't know how, but it just does. It's really, really just beautiful and powerful and just, yeah, really catchy. On here it says, "Our lips touched for the final time," which is, I think, one of the lyrics on here. The tape itself has some pictures going on there. And the J card, I guess, kind of has that same sort of picture on this side. And then it just has track list and all that. So yeah, Natural Assembly is Zenzigo, who is also Cremation Lily, also in the band Bound Bible, who I really like their second demo that I have. Yeah, this is just such a good band. They've put out a couple other releases too that are almost as great as this. I really love Natural Assembly. They're just my favorite, one of my favorite synth pop bands, I guess. I don't know if you want to call them synth pop, but yeah, this is just extremely good. I also recommend anybody listen to this. If you can get past the kind of shouty vocals, this is just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. Life Blossoms is just, like, bar none, one of my favorite songs ever. Love that thing. So yeah, and then the other tape that I got from Strange Rules is this thing. So this is from Entha. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. There's like a period at the beginning. It's like .e with like an accent mark thing, and the Entha. And the tape is called Wieder/Lifid. I don't know what kind of language this is supposed to be, but yeah, there you go. Strange Rules, Understanding since 2011. This is a completely new artist. I actually managed to find their Twitter account and follow them there, so I guess they have some sort of presence online, but this is the only thing they've ever released as far as I can tell, and they're not on like Discogs or Rate Your Music or any of those sites. So yeah, really obscure underground artist here, but he's making some really interesting music. It's essentially like electronic shoegaze, if that makes sense. Here's the tape. It's just kind of white and blank. But yeah, it's this is just like 20 minutes or so, and just like 3 tracks. I don't know why it I guess so, like, it has the track list here sort of, but it has Waiter and Lifid, and then the B-side just doesn't have anything listed, so I don't know if that's like untitled or what. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know, not much going on with the J card, but yeah, it's like it has the feel and the atmosphere of shoegaze, but it's all made with like drum machines and synths, and the synths just sound really interesting. Like, I've never really heard these types of synth sounds before, but they are really reminiscent of like shoegaze guitars, but they don't sound like guitars at all. So and there's no vocals either. It's just like these walls of melodic noise and sort of sporadic beats, and it's really cool. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think I like this album a bit more when I first heard it than when I heard it on repeated listens for some reason. But I still think this style has a lot of potential, and I'm definitely going to be looking forward to whatever he does in the future, because like he's really doing something very unique here. So, Entha. So when I got all those zines and printed things from Aught Void that I made in that other video, I showed off a bunch of that. I ordered at the same time as those zines this tape, which is Portrait Decay. I think the album's just called 3, even though it's his first release. Yeah, so this is just a little tape that I ordered at the same time as that, and that didn't actually come they said they shipped it separately, and then I contacted him, and because it hadn't come for like 2 weeks after I got the printed stuff. So I basically just said, hey, I never got this. And then he sent another one because he's very kind. And not only did he send another one, but he sent like a bonus tape along with it. And I'll show this off in a minute. I'll talk about this one first. But yeah, the guy at Autovoid is just so nice. He's such a great guy. So anyway, yeah, this is Portrait Decay 3. This is a really short tape. It is one-sided, and it's like 7 minutes. It's like three 2.5 minute tracks, and it's basically raw black metal with like, I guess like a screamo influence, I guess, on the vocals or something. I don't know enough about those genres to really talk about that, but yeah, I guess it's like screamo tinted black metal. It's really good. I don't know. Although the problem, well, again, let me just kind of show this off first. But yeah, here's the tape. Pretty cool. The problem with this tape is the tape. The dub is just terrible. Unfortunately, it suffers from the same problem that Facial Mess Distant Relative split that I got did, in terms of so basically the bass, the lower frequencies are super amplified, so it's super rumbly, and the top end, anything above like maybe 1,000 hertz or so, is just completely cut off. So it's just this rumbly mess of nothingness. And it sounds so much better on digital, unfortunately. So I don't really see the point of listening to this tape, honestly. I mean, you know, I got this picture, I got all this. I have no idea what this says. It's in one of those black metal fonts that's just impossible to read. But yeah, unfortunately, this tape is just dubbed really badly. And yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not going to ask for a refund or anything because he's already given me a refund plus a bonus tape. But yeah, it's. I mean, I got a download card of this with the zines and whatnot, so I'll use that and I'll just listen to it digitally from now on. But yeah, it's kind of disappointing that for some reason the tape just was dubbed really badly, and it's just super EQ'd poorly. So, but anyway, I got a bonus tape as well. This is Sienna Sleep with Relaxation Tape 2. I listened to Relaxation Tape 1 recently by this artist, and it's really short. It's a lot shorter. It's just like, I don't know, 8 minutes or so. But I actually like that one a lot better than this. It's basically like minimal ambient techno, but the first tape had some more variety. This is just like the most stripped down, minimal version of ambient techno you could possibly imagine. Like every song is literally like the same thing. And I realize it's supposed to be, you know, Sienna Sleep, relaxation tape. It's supposed to be for relaxing and sleeping. And in that sense, it does work well. And I actually tried it last night, and it worked pretty well. Or actually the night before. Yeah, I mean, I went to sleep before it finished, so I guess that's that. I guess it works, serves its purpose. But just for, like, analytical listening, I mean, there's no point. It's a muted 4-on-the-floor kick drum, just continuing unbroken throughout every track. Everything's continuously mixed. And just this kind of dulled down sine wavy synth just playing chords and chord progressions, just pretty little chord progressions over each track, and then, you know, the chords just change for the next track a little bit, but like that's the only difference between the different tracks, and they're all numbered like that, different tracks. So I don't know, I mean, you know, there's really no point in just listening to it for enjoyment or whatever. But anyway, here's that. In that. The music just stopped, but that's fine. So yeah, I mean, it's good for sleeping, but not for much else. I should say that. So, yeah. That's the idea. But hey, I'm just glad he sent me an extra tape. That's really nice of him. So, yeah. Anyway, Void, still a really great label for the most part, but yeah, this tape has a bad dub, and this I just don't really like too much. But hey, I'm not going to be ungrateful because I shouldn't have even really gotten these in the first place. So that is all of the music that I've gotten thus far since my last video. and of course my jacket and all that. So that's it basically. Thanks for watching. I don't really have anything else to say. I'll keep making these as I keep getting music. So yeah, see ya.